money and they run up to do the stuff, spending it. But you have to invest, Go look for a coin called Shiba Inu. It's very cheap. It has like 0.00 something zeros on it. You can earn a lot from Shiba Inu just by investing, even though it's $100. I mean, yeah, $100. You buy so many Shiba Inus that if it deletes a zero, if it deletes 1 0, it's going to double your money times 10. So many people don't know this, but crypto has money. Mostly if you say that each percentage of your withdrawal goes into something, into buying a crypto or something, it makes money, guys. You get those who have seen my crypto wallets, the crypto I have, you bear me witness. You get some good money out of it. Yeah. Shiba Inu removed 1 0 this weekend. Someone who invested $50 would have made some good amount of money off of Shiba Inu. You get just all you need is for it to remove 1 0. I hope you guys can see my chart now. This is Shiba Inu right here. How many zeros are here? In here. How many zeros are in there? Let me just show you guys the chart for investment, because I believe we are all here to learn something. I've been buying shit. Look, this was my analysis yesterday night from around here, because I'm looking at these cryptos as swing trades. You get, this was my analysis yesterday from around here, and I'm looking for Shiba Inu to shoot back up. Now, this was during the weekend. Shiba Inu pumped. You get, Shiba Inu pumped up, and guys made a lot of money from it. This was just a retracement, because swingers be waiting for these areas to pump more positions. You have to be aware of this. If you miss this pump, wait for the retracement, because I know cryptos respect levels. It's pumping again. It may have a retracement, but it will pump again and it has to break this high. And next year, we are preparing for a bull run. There is a Bitcoin halving, so you know what happens when Bitcoin halves. So let's go to what brought us here today. GBPUSD. Right now, I'm not in a GBPUSD buy, but someone is, one of my guys. I don't call them mentorship because I believe I learn every day from this market. I learn new moves and all that stuff. So I don't call people in mentorship. That is not for me. You get. So this is GBPUSD. We saw this market, made crazy money today. Then right now, I would have bought this market, but I hit my target for the day, and I follow my trading plan with a lot of, how they call it, the trading plan governs my trading. So right now I would be looking for GBPUSD to drop from here. You get, I'm not saying it's going to drop, but I look for signs of why it would drop from exactly here. And when I've ticked all my check boxes of why it would drop, that's when I enter, like, for the market. This week I had an analysis of GBPUSD and also Euro USD. As you all know, I use Euro USD to analyze GBPUSD sometimes, because Euro USD is the inverse of the DXY. You get, simply that it's the inverse of the DXY. So I analyzed that Euro USD would have a bullish move. You get, it would have a bullish move, meaning the DXY was supposed to sell for me. But that was just an analysis. I'm dynamic in this market that it would change. Now this was here. This was the change. This is the change right here. You get, it didn't break this trend line. I think this was, no, it was this. It didn't break this part to go to the downside. But this is what I expected to break. Sorry. Since I had this bounce off, I expected this touch to break. But I remember this was the third touch. So I expected action. But I also remember in my head that the more a zone is retested, the more it loses its strength. You get, this is why it broke over here. We had this point. So when it came back here, it touched that. And when it came back again, it had to break. Now, this is the sell we had on GBPUSD for the upside. So right now, it's kind of pulling back, and it may be pulling back to such areas. Maybe for another touch of this trend line, because we're entering the Asian session, you never know. We may have a touch, or it may break, because I'm saying it has touched 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. And the more an area is touched, the more it loses the momentum. So sorry, I don't share my face because I don't want to. I just hate sharing my face. But those who want to see me, I'll share it at the end of the session. I just hate putting my face out there. Yeah, that's my phobia too. I'm human. So I use simple technical analysis, though the entries and there are things you're supposed to know before you just jump into the market. This is the DXY. Break, retest, buy the market. You get buy the market. That's simply it. Don't complicate your trading. I'm not saying you shouldn't know everything else. No. I know how I can't know how all strategies work, but at least I know the main strategies, the concepts, because I do research on them. I ask myself, why are these people praising this? So I go and do research. I believe the same thing. Technical analysis is the reason we're all here. I'm not saying I'm purely technical. I'm not saying I'm a purely technical analyst, but I trade with sentiment. You get. Have you guys tried trading against robots? If you want someone who uses robots to lose, have money. You get, because they know many traders want to simplify the way they make money. They code robots into the market to trade for them. So what are the big money players going to say? The big money players are going to say that this guy has coded the robot that every time it comes back to touch, if the market has broken a previous zone, every time it comes back to touch, the robot will sell. Now these guys pump it further. They pump it by a few pips and push it down. The robot has executed, it has made a loss, but the thing goes into their direction. At the end of the day, a robot doesn't have the psychology of a human. A human will be like, okay, where is it going? Why is it going that side? Let me wait for it to see the action. A robot doesn't think like that. You're going to code it that 15 minutes entries in 5 minutes or 1 minute, do that, or seconds even. You get, you have to be so sharp. Like, I'm not saying you're supposed to be clever. You have to think like a business. You get, think it like a business. The reason why many people blow money is they are not seeing the future. You get, they've watched a bunch of YouTube videos where the thumbnail says how to grow $10 into $1 million, and they come and try to apply the same basic on the real money life. In that, your point in Forex is supposed to be, I want to survive to see the next day. That's a business. Even though you make a loss, make sure that the loss doesn't take you out of the business. You get, you'll survive. That's why I don't laugh at someone who has grown a $10 account to $12 because he's doing it. And if that person takes that $10 to $30, I'll know his level of patience is top notch. That's why when I find a swing trader out there, there's a swing trader in group. I don't pronounce the name badly, but he's really good. Like, I admire his patience because I tried swing trading at some point and it wasn't for me. He's always posting charts in, and he has a channel. It's called Wix. You guys can easily go and join in. It's great. He has level of patience is respectable because I don't have that patience, man. I want this kind of candles, huge moves. Give me money and let me go and watch my movies. That's basically it. Yeah. So I'm expecting. Let's go back to GBP/USD. We're not keeping here for long. Now, GBP/USD, this is what I'm expecting it to do. As we all know, I'm going to tell you guys something about psychological levels. Just something. The psychological level is a roundup number. You may not know how to plot it, because that one is supposed to DM me at the end of the day, or how to use it, but they hold water. Look at this. Look at today's trade where I entered from psychological level. Guys in mentorship know, guys in the tutor group know that it's crazy. Psychological levels, just wow. Get. So I'm expecting action to come around here, around this area. And it looks to me that this area is strong because we have this, and also, is this a supply zone or demand zone? We don't care. All we want to know is, how is the market performing in such an area? Because at the end of the day, it can come and break that area. So let me just remove this. It can come and break that area. And if you aren't patient enough to wait for the market to give you a signal, you're going to be stopped out. And you may be stopped out and later it goes into your direction. Again, today morning, my bias at first was to buy because of this trend line. And I expected this. I thought this zone had been broken and this was like a retest. And I almost got faked out with a W pattern here. But then I saw the momentum shift after one of my guys, that's Diego, is in the private chat, posted a rectangle and I was like, isn't this a consolidation? I flipped the analysis. I drew a trend line back and I just saw it like the momentum starting to kick in. So when it left me in here, but it decided to make a pullback with this green candle. This green candle is where I started adding mad positions, and the market just dipped me into profit. As simple as that. As into quick, and as I got out, I started taking profit from this low, and I left like other positions to run. I use the cost averaging system mostly when I'm entering those trades where I'm too hesitant to add positions. You get, but if I'm sure, I'm going to click that mouse. It's going to enter positions like a madman. But at the end of the day, all I know the number of positions I've entered and the total lot size at which they are. In that you see my chart full of entries, but I know how to manage them. I can click one button and all these trades close. I hope you guys are still with me. Yeah. So I can click this one button and all the trades close. Thank you everyone who is here. Thank you everyone who is here. So you're supposed to know how to manage your trades, guys. You're supposed to know how to manage. I know it takes time. I once I was privileged to be born with this skill. This is a skill that can get you from being broke to being rich. It's called escaping the matrix, right? This is a skill right here. And truth is, I'm not supposed to be trading Forex at all. But I think COVID just came in, and I'm a guy who wanted money. I'm not from a privileged family. I always tell guys this, but I'm from a family where they would do everything to provide. I'm sure even though I asked my guy for a car and he saw a deal coming in, he would do everything to get me that car as long as I showed that I can do this with this car. That's it. But that wasn't there, man. That wasn't there. You get, from a broken up family. I grew up with my mom, but my dad was always there. And my mom was a person who I didn't want to ask for money. I'm a girl who wanted life. I wanted Jordans. She wouldn't buy that. So I had to do this. You get, do this. And back home, my dad still asks, I want my degree. So I've been thinking of going back for that degree. Because the guy told me, even though you make how much, even though it's $1 billion, I still need my degree, man. So I always think about it, but man, the money in this market, I may go back there and the lecturer is telling me something and I'll doubt it. You get, there's that knowledge Forex tells you, it teaches you a lot. Like you can see everyone. I've ever gone to a bar. I always go to this weekend I was out for a concert, some concerts around town. I think it was called Book. Yeah, it was called Book. And at some point I reached and I was looking at everyone and I'm like, these guys, you get. So let's just analyze the DXY. Let's see some analysis. I'm going to remove everything. And try to redo for those who aren't here. So I view it from the swingers, the way the swingers see it. I want to see their view. Where are they pushing the market to? You get. I draw simple trend lines. I'm not just give you the simple technical analysis bit of it. Okay, this would be invalid right now, but let's just leave it there. I'm going to take in the valid points for now. This is the daily. These points are far-fetched. I can do this and bring it closer just to make the trend line irrelevant. You get, I can do this because this is how many days? This is 2022. Oh my God. Okay, that was far. So swingers can push to that far because if you get a trend line running from up here, it's too valid. You get. So now, to be relevant, I've started my trend line from here. I know this is the lowest point. I've not zoomed out, but I know this is the lowest point to keep my chart valid. I'm not going to go this low. So I'll come to the forward time frame to get the main trend. And I'm seeing right now it's an uptrend race. Yes, it's an uptrend. So I'll draw a counter trend line. These are called counter trend lines. You can start it from any direction you want, just to make it easier. So this is a counter trend line. It's taking in point A, point B, point C, and right now it's pushing the market upside. So technical-wise, this trend line of mine hasn't been broken. You get, cause this trend line hasn't been broken, or neither is it here. Reason being, I want it to break structure too, because I believe a trend line is just an area. You get, It's not a point move, trend line touch, let's go in. No, it's an area that I would be looking to, because you can't know the exact number here. You don't have this money. Neither does an individual know the exact amount of money that is up here. Many people call it liquidity, some people call it orders waiting up there, but that's just me. So this trend line to me is not broken yet until I see it break above this area. You get, I don't just go in, I think outside the box. You get. So right now I'm saying, okay, yes, the dollar is gaining strength. This is the DXY. It's gaining strength because it has been pushing up. Yes. But I'm saying it has reached a key zone. It has reached a key zone and it's behaving in a certain manner. Let me zoom in for those using phones. It has reached a key zone, and in the past, it reacted a lot to this area. You get. But these are zones. It has broken some few resistances to the upside. Now I can remove this though, because I know what's happening. I want to just explain it well. So I'm saying it has broken some key zones like this one. So it gave us a bullish move. So it can be pulling back to pick more orders, or how they call it, liquidity, I don't know. But it can be pulling up to pick up some new orders from here, some more money, right? So people will be looking for this area to get in, to get the buyers aggressive to take it to the upside. So what are you going to think? There may be orders. There are May. It's a May, right? You're not done moving this market. It's a May. That's why even though it comes back here, always wait for confirmations a lot. You have to wait for confirmation. So there may be a counter trend line here, though it will make the chart crowdy, but there can be a counter trend line in there. And you have to wait. So you have to wait for the action around these areas. You have to wait for like a W pattern or something like that. So right now here it looks more valid because it's a 15-minute time frame. You get. So you have to wait like here. So since we're entering the Asian session, you can just watch the market. In the morning, it can decide to push us up, meaning our GBP/USD can sell. That's in the morning. You wait for this DXY to reach around here. I always tell you guys, M patterns play a huge role. Now, if you bring in indicators, you're going to find out that there is a divergency around here. Let's see if it's there. Let's not just anticipate. I'm going to use the TDI. That's a Traders Dynamic Index. I always tell you guys that I know so many indicators. I know how to use them, but I don't use them. But I can bring them in because if I'm not seeing what I'm looking for, let's see what the people using indicators are seeing. That's basically it. There is a divergency. You get. You're supposed to, of course, with time, you'll be able to identify it so fast, but it takes practice and experience now. So there's that divergency, and there's a Bollinger Band retest. All these things. A Bollinger Band is there. We have also a resistance area. A Bollinger Band is also the other name of resistance. Don't let these things confuse you. Don't let them confuse you. Yeah, supply and demand, support and resistance. Price flow, price ceiling, support and resistance. Just rotate around that. All those are fancy names. You can create yours though. You can create yours too. So you'd be looking for this area to take your trades tomorrow. Now let me enlarge that for the guys. Now this is it. This is it, basically that. So I'll close this and I'll go to the GBP/USD. Let me create a new chart. I've seen what the DXY is speaking to me. So I'll come back to GBP/USD. GBP/USD is in an uptrend, but this is on the daily. 4-hour time frame for my main trend, and it's showing me that, hey, guy, we are dropping. We are dropping. This would be a trend line to hold some water right now, but we had one break today morning. Thank you. This wasn't today morning, sorry. I'm supposed to be drawing this on the 1 hour. We're going to draw that in a bit. So this can hold more water on the 4-hour time frame. So we just leave it there, though it's far. At times you can delete it. That's if you journal your trades, you can know what's really happening. So I can draw another trend line down here. Now this is just basically technical analysis before I even bring in my strategy and all those things. So we're seeing it's a downtrend. We haven't marked out the, sorry guys, we haven't marked out the broken areas. So you can be looking for such areas. You get. So downtrend. We have this break that's broken, retest M pattern, the sell happens. So we have this as it can be a retracement. You get. It can be a retracement. This is already qualifying that we can have a push down. You get, can have a push down. Though we don't confirm it right now, we just go down to lower time frames and say that, okay, we may have a push down of GBPUSD. That's it. So I'm looking for sell signals, though I know it can break above. Anything can happen in this market. So let me try to zoom out and see. So what do we have here? I test it like that. This is a new adjusted trend line. That's a new adjusted trend line on the 1 hour time frame, right? So since we are going up, I'll be looking now, I'll be seeing what G has been doing. Why did it stop here? Do I have an order block or I have so many support areas? I'll pull up my fib and I see that, hey, bro, we have a 61.8 level there. And we also have so many areas. That's why the market has been coming back to that area. You get. So these are the points where I can determine that my sells can be invalidated. It's very possible. You get, because the market hasn't broken these areas. It has broken this one, yes. It has broken this one, yes, but to show that this one was very weak. It just passed through and it passed back and it didn't even show that, okay, there's action. So the market can buy from here. It's very possible, very, very possible. But I'm looking to get the smallest move that I'm going to get. I'm not a swinger. I'm looking to get the smallest move. Now, if you can know that what we have been trading last week, the reason we had no loss is because of this. Rectangle, baby. So what are you going to do? You're going to wait now. You're going to play in here. How many trades would you get as a player? As a scalper, you'd get this move to down there, but you didn't know that this is a sell move. But with this was NFP, right? NFP would have given you this. We had reasons. If you watch the previous video, you know reasons why NFP did that. Of course, you didn't get this sell because you don't know that this is a strong resistance. You don't know that yet, but there is an order block there. That's why NFP stopped there. We have an order block above right here. We have an order block there. So you would get this move, this sell today. You would get this sell. Then you would use the previous price movements to determine the future price movement. That it has bought here, and bought here. Yes, the buy will happen, and this is why the market stopped here, and that's why we have the 61.8. So what would be in your head? I'm looking for it to come back here, or this trend line, right? Come down here, draw another trend line, a counter trend line. I'm going to delete that rectangle, but it helps us analyze the market more. You get. And we have a counter trend line there that shows that GBPUSD has found some resistance, and that's why it's selling for a short term. That's why it's selling for short term. But this sell can drive the market back to this low or this low. So what do you do? Let's see. I'm going to pull up this to exactly this area. If the market comes back here, I'll draw a trend line, but I won't take it immediately there. This is just my pure technical analysis. If the market comes back here or it's low, I'll be taking that trade. But I can do this. If it's moving to the downside, I can pull up a fib from there to there to determine. Now, this is when you start thinking like the guys who use harmonic patterns, because then they can drag a fib ratio from any side of the market just to get a retracement of the smallest move you get. So if you start thinking like them, you start saying that, okay, this is a resistance that was broken, and it's also, let me say, the low, right? This is the golden area of the fib ratio, and we have the 61.8 there. You get, and this is also, we have a level. So if you remove this, it has a 61.8, but now I delete that because now I no longer need it. And I see that the market can pull up there. Now, when it comes back, if it comes back there, I'll wait for it to show me that, and that's when I draw a trend line. Then I wait for a W pattern to test that trend line again, and that's when I buy the market. Simply that. I'm not going to trade because it's the Asian session, but I expect it to pull back down here. I expect it to pull back. Or it can continue buying. Reason being, the DXY is selling. The XY is selling, so it can decide to move up. So it's supposed to just be stable with it. Supposed to be stable with it and look for reasons why. The reason why it's stopping around here is because we have a psychological level of 1.27500. It's above right here. It's close to it. It's around there. You get. So it can do that. If it forms an M pattern, those are more chances that it will come down here. So you have to just be dynamic as a trader. You have to be very, very dynamic. So right now, this is my chart up here. I'll share a chart in the morning to give us a direction. As I promised, I'll share with you guys. This is what I'm looking for right now. I'll share with you guys a chart, a free signal tomorrow, and I know it will hit profit. I know it will hit profit. I'm not saying you should go in with your bag. So right now, GBP/USD can pull back. Why would it pull back up? Let's pull up a fib from there to there. We have a 38.2 area, and it can also come down to this area, to the 61.8. That's how I play with fibs. And I don't have one bias that, okay, it's a buy. No. I do my analysis and just watch the market because I already have plan A and plan B. Plan A and plan B. I have an open mind. I just come in as markets. Okay, we are all traders. These candlesticks are representing us. So what do you do? What do you do? We are all traders, and candlesticks are a representation of what is happening. So I come into the markets. If I've opened up like I use laptops, I don't have screens, right? You guys have seen my station. So if I open one screen and it's showing me one screen is for the DXY, one screen is for GBPUSD, one screen is for Euro USD or anything like that, I'm like, okay, markets, please speak to me. Where are you guys driving the market to? The reason why the markets move in a zigzag format is people will say peak liquidity and all these things, but if I have a bullish move, the guys in the Twitter group know this, right? If I'm running a hedge fund and the market has pushed up to this area, what am I going to do? A hedge fund has access to so much money. I'll pump more money here. And I'm saying this is how the market loses, like why it retraces and all these things. If the market has moved up here, it's going to lose some momentum, right? If I pump more money up here, because if you guys know something called an order book, you can literally see the amount of orders coming in to buy or to sell in a specific time frame. In a specific time area, sorry, not time frame, in a specific time. Okay, let's just use time. You can know the number of orders coming in. So if you're seeing few orders, of which there are small ratios of the orders, you can pump more money up here. Let me say $5 million or 10 or 20 or $50 million here. Let's use 50. $50 million to push this market down. You get to the area you want in. Now remember, you pumped 50 here. So when it has reached the money, now your client tells you that, okay, I wanted some money in this area. Like I wanted to get in, or you want to make a profit. Okay, let's use you. You want to make a profit from a trade that your client has called in that he wants to buy quantities of GBP. He wants to buy you don't trade two pairs. No. The basic trading is you're buying one pair. You're buying one currency, right? So your client calls you, you're looking at GBP USD. Your client calls you that, okay, I want to buy this amount, this unit of the base currency. That's a buy trade, right? Buying means you're buying the base currency, units of the base currency. The standard lot, if you enter one standard lot, you're literally buying 1,000 units of the base currency if you buy. That's basically how we trade, if you guys don't know this. So This guy has pumped 50 million just to come and take in his client's order, which is down here. So his client comes and is like, okay, I want to enter from here. And you want to make a profit. You're a hedge fund manager. What are you going to do? You're going to pump. Here you pumped 50. You're going to pump more than 50 here. You're going to pump 100. You're going to pump 100 down here. You get, and this is how you're stopped out. Many people will be looking, hey, this is a support zone. What? This is a support zone. So these guys just pump, they leave the market, they leave this 50 to run past where most orders are. And when your stop loss is triggered, it means you've entered an order. It doesn't. Every time you buy, it means there is someone on the other side willing to sell to you. This is how a trade works. You're literally, this is a market. You get. If you go to buy shoes, you're willing to buy, but there has to be someone willing to sell to you. You don't just buy from air. You get. So they come here, they see orders are in this area, they're waiting. You get. They, of course, they're using market execution, but they can see your pending orders haven't yet been placed into the market. That's why they're called pending orders. You get. But once they are triggered, they show there that okay, orders have been placed for buy or sell. So they run it below that. They run it below that because all these stop losses are going to be triggered and they will become orders. You get, they will become orders. So your broker, in order to initiate a stop loss, he has to sell. You get, he has to buy. He has to buy you out. Okay, that's what it means. So if it's 50 here, I pump 100. It means the market is going to retaliate, right? So it retaliates. Now people are coming in. Like you get, if you count the number of green candles here, they are bigger than the red candles, right? People are going to retaliate that, okay, there's been a retracement. So you can still pump the market in to take in more orders or to clear those people who have already put stop losses there. The stop losses will become orders once triggered. So you pump in more money here and the market flows. Then again, you take in more orders here at a level you left. This was a level you left. You pump in more. This was a level you left, right? This was a level you left. You pump in more orders here and the market is going to give you a profit. You're going to recover this and you're going to recover extra profit. Now, if you measure the same distance, let's measure the same distance here. I've just picked a random chart, but same distance here is, this is around 41 pips, right? For 41 pips, let's measure the upper one too and see if it's almost the same randomly. This is around 35, almost correct, even though I'm not accurate, but that's literally it. You get, they pump, it's just exchange, like pumping, meaning the buyers have to become more aggressive than the sellers, but the sellers are present to the market. So I don't know why people come out and say that, there are no sellers. Then how is the market moving? You get, so guys, I think that's it for today. Let me see if there are any questions. That's it for today. Someone wants to speak. You can speak now. You can speak. Good evening. Yeah, thanks. Thank you. Continue. Yeah. But so, what, I haven't heard what you've said. I've not heard what you've said. Mind repeating? Would you mind repeating? Sorry about that, guys. Sorry about that, guys, man. I just connected my other computer and it took away my Telegram from here. So someone asked if I'm still looking for what I'm looking for on GBPUSD. Let me just go back to that chat. Just a minute. Just a minute, guys. Let me just go back to that chat. Sorry about that. I connected my other computer and it took the Zoom from here. But let me just look for GBPUSD. I'm not sure my chat in a few. I guess you guys can see it now. Let me just give him a free signal anyway. All right. So now this is GBPUSD. I said I would start looking for sales if the market came back. I said I would start looking for sales if the market came back here, but the market hasn't come back here for me. So I can't take that sell. I follow rules. I can't take that sell yet because I expected the market to reach here. I expected the market to show me momentum from here. Like it had to give me at least a touch and I see how it reacts to that zone. This is the easiest trade you can take. Reason being, there's low momentum in the market, like it's entering the Asian session. So I wanted a touch around this area. So right now I'm still patient with the market until it comes back to give me that touch there. If it drops, well and good, I'm not taking that trade. But even though it was daytime, I would wait for it to at least touch there. That's a rule for me. I don't just jump in just because it's closed. No, I be seeing the momentum. So these candles are not even convincing, even though they have a name. There's a way people call them, but they're not yet convincing. It can do that. It can do that and come and stop around here, and so right now I'm not yet selling, but I would look for a sell around here after confirmations. I don't just jump in. It's a confirmation always. And let me see if one of there are things I use, but let me see if it can give me an order block. If it gives me an order block, it means that point would be valid. So valid. On the 15-minute, there is no order block. Let's see on the 1 hour. The 1 hour has an order block right above up here. So right now I'm just waiting. Now this is the 1 hour time frame. This is the 1 hour time frame, and it shows me that this market can drop up to here just to pick up more orders and shoot back here to this trend line. That can be valid. So right now I wouldn't take the sell. I wouldn't take the sell unless other guys have indicators that show that the market is ready for a sell. But me as Emma, there are rules I follow. If there is no touch, I'm not going to take that trade. Yeah, I'm not going to take it. That's why sometimes when I'm in the group and people are already selling, I'm like, I start laughing, but I don't post the laughing. I laugh I just laugh, like I post my laughing emojis. Then if the market comes back, well and good, it's time to make money. If it doesn't, I say that I shall do that tomorrow. Yeah, and I only take 2 setups a day. If I make a loss in the morning, because losses are inevitable, they are very inevitable. That's why you're supposed to know what you're risking. Some people have a high risk tolerance. That's why I tell guys, don't depend on signals. Even though you're in my group, the Twitter group, we're around 25 people, 23, but I think only 8 people are like active constantly, because there are others who have made money, of course. There are rich guys like Jimmy. Jimmy, I think, is richer than me now. I don't want to talk about him, but he's a guy. You guys have seen his story in the group. Yeah, but he had the high risk tolerance. He came with it like, okay, let's go. He makes a lot of money. There's a time I'm like, okay, this guy has just used 10 pips. He sends me his chat sometimes. 10 pips to make all this money. This is crazy. I personally can't do that because it depends on me. Like, I'm a person who, I don't know, but sometimes I risk a lot, of course. I go in with the 0.5s, but the 0.5s go up to I don't know how many lots. But at the end of the day, I've planned it. You get, maybe I'm going to lose all the money. That's why I wake up. When I wake up in the morning and I'm trading a $1,000 account or 5,000, I know that, okay, this is the percentage I'm going to risk and I can lose it. In fact, it's no longer my money. Once it's on the dashboard, it can go. But at the end of the day, it's not going, man. I'm going to whoop the broker. Yeah, I come with that confidence, but I check my psychology. And if the trades are not looking nice, no M patterns, nothing, I won't take the trade for the day. Yeah, so right now I'm not yet convinced. Not yet convinced, but anything can happen. Anything can happen. So another question, guys. Someone wants to speak. Honest. Honest is always looking for me, man. Honest, you can speak. Oh, someone's speaking. Sorry. I said thank you. All right. Thank you too. Thank you for being here. Honest, let me see. Honest, you can speak now. Yes, thank you for being here, though. Those who want the crypto analysis, guys, crypto is mad. If you guys are not doing investing in some cheap crypto, next year you may be rich and you're broke. Honest, huh? Yeah. Good evening. Good evening. Yeah. It's about the trend line. Yeah. How steep should the trend line be, or how steep should the trend line not be? Okay, when a trend line is too steep, be worried. Yeah. Be worried, because a steep trend line is not going to keep you in the market for too long. You get? But there is that angle, like, okay, let me explain this. A steep trend line, it can give you a trade so fast. Like right now, there is this one. Let me just, sorry guys, we have kept here too long, but someone can draw this. Like, this is a steep trend line. You get? It's valid, yes, but it's too steep. It's too steep. Reason being, it's valid because he has point A, point B, right? Look, he has point A, point B. He's using this as a point B. And if the market comes back here for this touch, he can sell the market because he has seen a trend line breakout and he has his touch of a trend, and there's another trend line running from up. You get? So a steep trend line can keep you for short term. But if you find a comfortable trend line, let's say a comfortable trend line, let's just see. Sorry. There is let me reset this. This is not comfortable enough. Okay, let's use the DXY. I saw one on DXY today. Now you see, this is the comfortable trend line. It has 1, 2, 3, meaning it's still valid. Like, it's going to keep you in the chart for long. Like, it has bounces. Like, there's that bounce. It shows you that it flows the way the market flows. Because the market goes, it's supposed to give us that breather. You get that small breather. You get as it moves. But now, if you find the market just flashing to one side, how are you going to draw a trend line? It's just flashing. You get, if trend line, if you're not good at drawing trend lines and points, just take it as an area. Clone this, make a clone out of this trend line, make it a zone. You get, and when a trend line is broken, don't rush to say break, retest. Don't rush. Wait for it to break structure. You get, wait for it to break structure. You'll be. Let's see this trend line breakout. You see this trend line. You see this trend line, right? There is this point A, point B, point C, and point D. You get. Now, where does it show that, okay, we have changed some? You see this momentum? This is an aggressive breakout. Aggressive. Even me, I wouldn't have got it. I wouldn't have got it because it's too aggressive. There is nothing. Hey, where is it? This is too aggressive. Like, it has left me. But what does it do? It comes back and it broke structure here. You get. You broke structure, meaning here, it would have done this. it would have done this and bounced up, meaning it would have broken this structure here and retested on it and bounced. But it showed you that, okay, I've broken that trend line and I've confirmed to you that I broke the structure and I've come back to retest this resistance point. It's now a support for me and I've engulfed. Go. You get? So that's simply how you're supposed to do it. That's simply how you're supposed to do it. Clone the trend line. Someone is asking again. I want to speak. George Mitro Plus. I've seen this name. Okay, I'm going to just give you a few basics of psychological levels. I won't tell you everything because there are people who pay it here and they're going to complain. They'll be like, yeah, this is psychological. Humans. We are humans and we know how our fellow humans behave, right? Not in a bad way, but let me just give you simple basics of psychological levels in a clean chart. Now, psych levels, I think G has pumped right now. It's mad. Like, you don't trust this. So G is pumping right now. If you had sold, you'd be now in Emma made me sell, I think. One candle's taken out 3. Okay, you have to wait for 7 minutes for it to close, but it's already showing you that, hey, bruh, you entered early. Now, psychological levels are round-up numbers, guys. These are round-up numbers. I'm not going to tell you everything, but these are round-up numbers. We believe that banks, you get banks, okay, what people think banks move the market, right? Now, you as a sentimental trader is supposed to be sharp. If every trader out there, I don't know, there's a machine, Sammy, there's a machine making noise, a lot of noise. Help me switch it up. So banks look at a lot of money. Even though they told you to count 1 billion shillings or 10 billion shillings, were you going to just count even the 500 shilling coins? Or you want it to be in bulk, right? It makes this easy for you. So we believe psychologically that banks also look at round-up numbers where their money is easy to count. Like, it's easy to grade that, okay, I'm pumping in $50 million. This is 50 million. 2 numbers with so many zeros, right? Nothing like 5, 0, 2, 1, all that stuff. So when you bring that psychology in human life, let me use my shirt example. You go to town or in any mall, you want to buy a shirt, it's 50,000, but you can bargain in this mall. So you're not going to say it's 50,000. You're not going to say I have 48,700,000, or I have 47,250 shillings. You get? You're not going to say that. You're going to say, okay, I have 45. Okay, I have 40. I have 30. I have 35. Or I'm paying the 50. Bring that psychologically back to the chart. Look for the roundup numbers like 1.27000. Just like that. And that's basically how psychological levels are. But I won't tell you how they work. I won't tell you how they work. Maybe some other time. Because Ernest will complain. Ernest will complain. So any other questions, guys? We have been here for 50 something minutes, guys. Any other questions? Hey, I was on Zoom. Shit.